What you doing?
This is a job that I've got going through the shop now, and the way my back hurts today and no more of a hurry than I'm in, I thought I was going to do a transfer, like little video class thing. What I did on this job here is they had like that on the back, that on the front. They've got 2 colors on this sleeve and 5 colors on this sleeve. And I'm not equipped to do sleeves very fast because I only have 1 sleeve board on the manual. And the reason I bought this 2-head knife was for doing this exact thing, because I don't get calls that often for sleeves. But what I did, in 123 screens, I made this transfer, and actually you're printing it backwards. You're going to print the out top color first and then layer down from there. So I printed the red and the white. The red is my regular t-shirt plastisol, and the white is the poly ink that I use from Union. I had asked on the board here a while back, and a couple of you had said that, or one of you said that you had used that before with transfers, which I haven't before this time. And since you said it worked, I went ahead and done it. These are on Zorro shirts, which is actually a pretty nice feeling shirt. And I'd never printed on these before. I printed these. The flash was just barely down off what I use for regular. And believe it or not, I had to turn my dryer up just a little bit. And I cure everything pretty hot as it is. But when you gang the transfers in the computer, they don't have to be exactly so far away from each other as long as each one's in the same place. My transfer paper is 12 by 12, and I print register marks, corner boxes, and everything by print, flash print. I print the paper at the time I lay it down, and I don't go back and forth trying to register it again. The key to doing that is the lightest mist adhesive that you can find, which somehow or another I acquired this can of this matte stuff for artists, and it's a lighter mist than our mist screen print spray. Because if you want to put the transfer paper down with the least amount of tack as you can get away with, because if you've got too much tack and you have to force it off, it curls the paper where you have to lay something on it going down the dryer to cure it. But if you don't tack it down very hard, you can peel it up each corner at a time and it'll lay flat with you. And then naturally, you're going to have to hold them up to the light and proof them, and then cut what you want to out from there. And I cut it out just pretty much right up next to it. My sheets through the dryer to set the transfer, I do use the Union powder. The powder makes them adhere a lot better. I'm on a percentage dial dryer, so I'm at 50% for what I normally run with a fast belt, and you just kind of have to get used to that. When you go back there and the crystals just barely melt, then that's where you need to be. So just write it down and book it from there. Now these, being for the military, both sleeves need to be pretty much in the same place, because you want their uniform look to them, and you need to try to have the whole unit lined up, if you know what I mean. What I do on that, I pull them on neck first, because that's the way I'll have to do the long sleeve, and it's the way I'll have to do the sweats. And then instead of taking a measuring tape every time, which I know I want to be like just 2 inches or a little bit better from the bottom first seam of the sleeve. That's where they like to wear them at the best. And I just find one of my fingers that lines it up where I need to be on there, and then put the transfer down. On a long sleeve or a sweat, just find your shoulder seam, pull it up on there, and use whichever appendage you're using to measure it with. And you know yourself, after you do this for so long, you can see the weave of the shirt to see if you're straight or not. Preheat the garment. Line straight up north and south. And I'm doing mine with a little bit more than medium pressure, just enough to put pressure on it, and 30 seconds. Because since I was in 123 screens, I've got more volume of ink there than if you used to put it in a higher measure screen, because I was wanting to make sure it would be opaque on these shirts. And so far, they hadn't bled on me at all, which I'm tickled plumb to death. And since I'm not in no great big hurry, I could have another shirt on there then if I wanted to, but I'm not. And then when you take this one off, by the time you put the next one on, this one will be cool enough to peel, where you get like a nice color. Normally on transfers on t-shirts, because I do not like this shine that a transfer gives you, I run it through at regular t-shirt temperature, and it kind of mats it. It takes some of the sheen away. But when I tried that on these polyester shirts as many times as they've been through, and still have to go through one more time, it knocked down the white on this. So I just left it shiny so it'd be pretty white for them. And that's it. Oh, wait a minute, I got one more thing. Andy, I found this going through some stuff the other day. You want me to send this to you, or you want me to keep it? I thought it was pretty cool for people like us. And then naturally, a little lemonade doesn't hurt neither when your back's as bad as mine is today. Don't worry, you kids. You'll be here one day.